first question is for you. You've played in a lot of different things, and it's very diverse in the things that you play in. So how do you go about choosing what you play in?
Well, I was fortunate enough to do this play while I was in school called The Visit. And basically, I'm not gonna give you the full synopsis. You gotta go. But basically, it's about people and money and greed. And I remember this woman stopped me outside of the hospital. I was going for a checkup, and she was talking to me about this play with such intensity and like how much it meant to her and like what it did for her. And I was like, oh, this is how I can do this until I'm 80. How this, because the play was important to me too. It was just about something, and it talked about society and greed and betrayal. It just really cut to the center, and I just thought, man, this is how I can do this until I'm 80, because this is about something. This means something to me, and it means something to the people watching it, and it's making people think. There are other plays that I did in school. I was like, I'm too old for this. Do you know what I mean? Because acting is kind of silly if you're not doing it for a reason. Like, come on, man. Like, just get a job. But when you're doing something that really means something, that really costs you, really worth it, then it's like, okay, this is real work, and this is really impactful for society. That's the hope.
You talked about in your last interview, you were talking about your teacher and like how and what she said, right? So what impact do you want to leave, whether it's an actor, whether it's a human being, like just overall, what impact do you want to have on the world?
Well, just like you guys, positive news. You want to do something that really disturbs the air, changes people's viewpoints for the better, for the positive. Just something that feels like obviously not every movie is going to be Elemental, which is just like a pure love fest. But you want to challenge people's thoughts, ideas. You want to, show people a different side of the world. You want to just like shake things up a bit in a way that's not just like shock jockey, but something that really means something to people. Whether it's, something like Uncorked. I was just talking to Prentice about how deeply that movie was felt by people. Because I remember when I was first talking to him about that movie, it's like, hey man, we could have a Ladybird. Not all these movies have to center around like the things that happen to us as a people. It's about it's also about our lives. We have lives outside of the specter of white supremacy, and it's very important. So, that's kind of the guiding light for me. Just what can I do that feels useful in any way?
I love that. And so we're here for By Design. Can you talk about your character and how you prepared for this role?
Woo. You know what? With a good script, a lot of the preparation is done for you because it's so clear. I have a very similar breakdown process of when I'm breaking down the script. Like everything is kind of, okay, what do I want? Like what is a super objective, scene objective plot of that? Like really like kind of, initially kind of boring work, but it's like kind of a little detective work. You read the script for clues, like what do these people say about me? What do I say about myself? What does he actually do? And then you get an idea of the character. I'm giving you too long of an answer.
No, you better keep going.
I'm like, well, anyway, and then
no, because we would be in a rush. They'd be like, one question, and I'd be like, oh, man.
I'm talking to you guys for sure. Yeah, so that's pretty much like how I began. And then with a script like this, when it's so well designed. Sorry about that. But it's so well designed, it takes care of you. You don't have to like make things work in the same way. So yeah, that's credit to Amanda.
She was actually my favorite interview of today. Like the energy that she brought was just crazy. So my last question for you is, so we're Milwaukee based. Have you ever heard of Milwaukee?
Yes.
Can you tell us like one good thing that you've heard about our city?
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yeah, I was rooting for you guys when you guys won that final. Woo. I might have cried. I don't remember, but I was like, that's my guy. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
In the end, everything will be carved in stone.